It appears that Bitcoin, after all of this, is correlated to absolutely nothing. It is probably an eternally long conversation when you want to talk about what actually drives the prices of BTC, which then drives the prices for all of crypto. And with that I do not mean the supply and demand of prices, but the correlation of Bitcoin to other big financial assets. Somehow it seems like everyone wants to compare BTC to stocks, commodities, bonds and even the real estate, which I personally never understood, as crypto is its completely own asset class, which is distinctive on its own. Now we even have solid market data to confirm that. I present to you the correlation of BTC to other assets imported from analyst James V. Stratton. SPX 0.05. Nasdaq 0.04. Gold 0.12. DXY 0.12. ETH 0.70. Here is also the chart to that. X200B. Chart showing BTC correlation to assets like SPX, Nasdaq, Gold, DXY and ETH. So this makes it very obvious that BTC is correlated to absolutely nothing. To the stock markets, BTC even has a negative correlation and barely any to Nasdaq, which was often compared to BTC due to being for the big tech and sometimes just as or even more volatile. Now even got the evidence to finally say that crypto is its own asset class, which also makes it obvious that we should not be fighting for security or even commodity regulation, but our own new asset class regulations of cryptocurrency. Bitcoin isn't correlated to anything, there are certainly times when it does track Nasdaq. The chart here is just from January 2023 to July 2023? Definitely not enough data when you could have charts from 2010 till now. Now it will change to BTC goes the opposite way, it's correlated. No matter if it's correlated to the markets or not, understand one thing: people need to have money in order to buy into crypto, which is still seen by many as a risk asset. So if unemployment is high, macro picture is still shit, we won't enter into a bull market because crypto will always be linked to the real world. BTC is basically a proxy for global liquidity. It's more correlated to that than anything else. Estimating global liquidity is an endeavor in and of itself, but definitely worth going down the rabbit hole if you have the time and decent grasp of macroecon international finance. So Bitcoin is its own class of asset. Less than 20 years old. Interesting to see what things will be like by the 2040s. Bitcoin is impacted, as everything else in this world, with world economy, geopolitical situations, wars, crisis, inflation etc. No, there is no such thing as independent asset that would just go up and grow no matter what. Bitcoin is decentralized, but not independent. Everything can have an impact on price. It's all kinda correlated, every asset, even crypto, is part of the financial market. Nothing is separate from another thing. Crypto is not on an isolated bubble, no pun intended. Bitcoin is decentralized, yet it remains influenced by various factors, and its price can be impacted by a wide range of events. Bitcoin nothing? It is core of fucking revolution. The dips and jumps are correlated though. Just not percentages. It seems that short term, they're all still correlated. Bitcoin is correlated to me selling buying. When I sell it goes up. When I buy it goes down. You forgot to correlate it to Cramer's predictions. Might be something in that. So this means I can't YOLO into Bitcoin call options when the stock market goes up. So Bitcoin have their own class asset. Bitcoin doesn't care. Truth. Never has been correlated. People pick and choose data to say, BTC was correlated for this 2.31 month period in 2021. No. If your model doesn't fit all of the data, it's a bad model. When I buy, it dump. When I sell, it pump. It's correlate to my stupid ass decisions. Well no shit, Sherlock. Didn't take a genius to figure that out. BTC for the longest has moved with the stock market. Now that it's doing its own thing, is a good sign. Bitcoin is probably better correlated with the creation of Binance and Tether. Traditionally, Bitcoin has been correlated to the stock market almost exactly. Stocks go down, Bitcoin go down, including the dips and spikes. But it has broken away from that lately and just been doing its own thing. Other than the last 2 weeks of June, it looks pretty correlated to me. ETH doesn't, but we're looking at only 6 months here. I'm certain that if Satoshi's identity was known, BTC wouldn't have gone this far on the leaderboard. Sometimes BTC acts like a tech stock. Other times it just does its own thing. We definitely need specific crypto regulations. I think lots of people will dislike it, but anonymity of founders cannot continue. Looking forward to the run-up as crypto is utilized more and more. Bitcoin will soon be used to correlate with a lot of things. In 2022, we wanted crypto to decouple from stocks. In 2023, we would have loved if it moved along with stocks. When the people are truly fed up with how the world govs work and the corporations in control, Bitcoin will be the core of the revolution. Bitcoin does what it wants. For me, this is a sign of maturity of BTC. Bitcoin negatively correlates with my trading choices. When I buy, it dumps, and vice versa. It's time to go all into Bitcoin with only my $10. I heard somewhere the price is determined by buy versus sell volume. Also, zoom out. Short-term actions by whales can significantly impact a single asset versus entire markets. This is really interesting, and if you have any of the data you used analysis and would consider sharing, I would really appreciate it. Correlations change over time, and when an uncorrelated asset is something considered very exotic and highly sought after, it will be cool to see how this changes over time, for example, a rolling X-day correlation to various indices. First time? Never was. That's why no one knows shit about fucking crypto. Important to remember that correlation does not equal causation. So in the short term, if Bitcoin follows the stock market again, it's likely just temporary. Correlations help us identify if there is a possible cause worth delving into, but in a vacuum don't always mean too much TBH. So you could say Bitcoin is just Bitcoin. There is truly nothing like it. If people believe in it, Bitcoin is capable of taking over the globe. But isn't it correlated with my purchases? Every time I buy, it dips. Don't start, nothing won't be nothing. It mimics the tech sector from time to time. Sometimes it tracks, sometimes it doesn't. So is the US dollar. Shocker. Why do people think it's connected to stocks? We should not be fighting for security or even commodity regulation, but our own new asset class regulations of cryptocurrency. 100. There's 3 kinds of lies, damn lies, and statistics. The way it should be. I am the one who knocks. Bitcoin. XRP and Moons do their own thing, thumbs up. Yes, because it is still entirely speculative. Why would you be fighting for regulation, lol? The entire point of it is unregulated, decentralized currency. It's good that this is happening. People should remember that crypto is still relatively small and young. Hodl and accumulate. They keep trying to put BTC in all these boxes and it never works. Crypto is its own asset class at this point and nothing gonna stop us. Bitcoin is correlated to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is correlated to nothing. Our currencies and markets swirl around it as they fluctuate, giving the appearance of connection. Bitcoin doesn't change in value, our dollars, euros, etc. do. How come they can be correlated?